Right. Um. Assuming we want to get started, so we get as much done before people have to leave.
Yep.
Last time with the Whims of Fate, um, Amror introduced the party to his wife, who came across as initially suspicious because no one approaches the party with that big of a smile if they're not up to something. Knew some of our adventures and some of the warnings, particularly about Tooth. But was particularly curious about Brina's height and Erden's banjo. Both stories were recounted to her in due course. And Idea admitted that she said that the gambling game that caused Brina to grow to such a size was a bad idea, but did nothing to stop it.
And you wonder why Brina wants to drag her into girl pocket. It's actually not revenge. It's more she wants to use you as a shield.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how effective that would be, but we discussed that.
Yeah.
Amor has not seen his son since he started talking, and he has apparently learned a bad or a naughty word for such a young child. Of which we're blaming the wife's cousin.
Yeah. Yes, we're blaming Kellen's cousin.
Both Kaladin and Emror's parents have thoughts about the two of them being active participants in the war, but they can't really argue with Gorlois. We found out that Cobalt is Christian.
Right.
As it was suggested to paint some horses the colors of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. To which Sean just casted a silent image, freaking Cobalt out.
Yes.
Today I gave Cobalt a copper cross. That she may have fabricated out of thin air. Well, not out of thin air, but out of some copper coins on the spot.
Nice.
Yes, but he was too freaked out to notice.
Keldon may have noticed that Brina has some, may have someone back at home waiting for, well, back at home. Somewhere.
Quotations need to be around waiting for. She's just Brina has a crush on somebody, basically.
And there is a girl talk expected, as she needs to talk about something other than infants. Then Amror left with his wife, getting permission from Gorlos to do so. And this week with the Whims of Fate.
Excellent. All right. The next morning, somebody roll me a D100. You know what? Let's let our new player do it.
Oh, yes. That makes much more sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm permanently making myself not do that anymore.
You've done it too much.
I'll do it. But then we might hit the hundreds.
You have as bad luck as I do.
That would be 27.
27.
Cloudy with a chance of rain. I'm calling it now.
Or meatballs.
It's humid. Some light clouds out. But otherwise sunny. There are birds singing. Bugs buzzing. Seems like a nice early summer day.
I like low numbers. Then we get sunshine.
some low numbers. If you go too low, you might not like what you get.
Yeah, we already rolled a 100 in this campaign, so.
Rolls a 1.
Okay.
Yellowstone erupts.
No!
What? Well, like that's gonna affect you guys. It's on the other side of the planet.
Hey, that's almost an end of the world scenario.
There's a miniature ice age supposed to come at some point, right?
Yes, there is. But that's in a couple 100 years, so you're good.
Oh, good.
You will be long dead. Don't worry about it.
Not if any of the plans for this party come to fruition. Have you heard some of our outrageous ideas?
Yes. Actually, haven't, but we have.
We have more boats to sink.
Idea has steampunk technology doing
I
this.
swear,
Yeah.
if you guys are the reason the Titanic sinks, I'm just gonna TPK everyone.
See, that's how the boat actually sunk. You TPK'd us.
If this happens, hypothetically, can Brina at least be one of the musicians that goes down with the ship?
Yes.
Thank you.
Though, if you think about it, the only one who might have a chance of survival is probably Erden because he's used to the cold.
Yep.
I would freeze very quickly, I'm guessing.
Indeed.
Also,
Yes.
depending on how long this goes and how long Ern's alive, he could technically he could technically have a lot of druid spells. And
Okay.
he is a water druid.
Shape
Some of
water.
us can water walk.
So yeah, it's a nice day. You can tell by the way that the army is quickly packing things up and the way they're talking, there's this sort of excitement in the air. I mean, these guys are home. They get to see their families. They get to have a little bit of downtime before they have to like crank down and, protect
That family.
the homes and families they have here. But for a lot of them, it's been almost a year or over a year since they last saw their families. So they're a little excited.
Understandable.
So it doesn't take them very long to get. Yeah. So it's not going to take you very long to get to Tintagel at this point. A couple of hours. Basically, by early afternoon, you'll be there. Even before early afternoon, you'll be able to see the castle. Because it's going to be the tallest thing in this area because there are no trees. Rolling hills on cliffs of tiny corpses. Sorry, these are all chalk hills, so like.
I don't know why you said it, but it sounded funny, and so I'm writing it down as a quote.
On the cliffs of tiny corpses.
Ominous for anyone who isn't a geologist.
or is friends with geologist.
True.
Should we be worried about the Ammonites?
Only if the physician shows up and tries to take us to see them.
Are you guys gonna stay near the back, or are you gonna travel closer to the front now? I kind of want to know where you're positioned. Middle, front, back, side.
Where is Will?
The front.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
And our ley line, I'm guessing, is fairly close to Tintagel.
For kicks and giggles, it sits right on it. There's a reason that palace where they put it. They've got this big defensible cliff, and there's a freaking ley line. It's perfect.
All of the defenses.
If Will doesn't seem overly busy, um, Medea might be at the front talking his ear off until she is told to stop. She's got lots of ideas she's trying to piece together for this sword.
I'm probably up towards the front as well, because if Brina can get a word in edgewise, she might try and ask Will if there's something he'd like us to do specifically when we get there. But I have a feeling Brina's probably not going to get a word in edgewise because Idea is being Idea, and that is perfectly fine. But she'll be walking with them.
Okay.
Vern will be slightly behind them, waiting to stop the Dea from saying too ridiculous of an idea.
Party Uncle is on patrol.
Adea is doing something. Everybody be on your guard.
Tong, Cobalt.
I'm going to be following, or Cobalt will be following the group, quietly freaking out, trying to read out his understanding of the world, as he's gone through a lot in the last 24 hours.
He's still trying to piece together everything he's heard so far, like, this isn't making sense.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
definitely grasping at any semblance of normalcy to him, which is probably weirdly boring to the rest of the group.
Tong is is also going to be behind the group. You know, like stay within like visual sight of them because they're pretty much the only Fae that she knows,
Mm-hmm.
and probably the people that she can most easily communicate with, unless there's a bunch of people here that know Latin. But she is otherwise not talking with people.
Probably more than you think.
Hmm.
But they're all so wrapped up in the fact that they're almost home that.
Probably just
okay.
email Neston.
So, yeah. Probably not even Elnesian. They're probably speaking Demnonian. Which is close enough. Honestly, it's like the difference between British English and American English. There's a few words here and there where you're like, huh?
Yeah. Once you know the slang and what it means, you're fine.
Yeah, it's like, oh, got it. That was a weird thing you said, but I got it. So since you're closer to the front this time, it'll be very easy to notice that people are coming out of there's lots of farms and things out here. They're waving, and they seem to know people here, and some of the soldiers are chatting to some of the farmers as they go by, catching up and things like that. As you come up on the wall surrounding Tintagel, there's definitely a group of people out there ready to like cheer, and they're waving and ready to greet the army as it comes in.
For triumphant entry into Tintagel.
Yeah. The gate is open, and before anyone can stop him, this little boy comes charging out. He's got long, and he is just running as fast as his little legs will get him, and he just goes, and he just throws himself in the path of the army. Gorlois will actually hop down off of his horse and go run up and greet. He may not look as familiar as he used to, but this does appear to be Kador. It is the little lord. I guess that's what he's a little lord right now.
Lordling.
He is lordling. He's very excited to see his dad. And he looks like he's maybe 5 or 6 years old. And he's wearing what looks like very fancy clothes, and they are covered in dirt. And it looks like maybe breakfast. You know, as little boys do.
That's hilarious.
Erden is actively trying to stop himself from
You know, your
bursting
typical
out
little boy.
laughing.
Just like- a few minutes later,
Then you're kind of starting and stopping, so sometimes I'm missing things that you're saying. Is that happening for everybody else, or is that just us?
I'm catching a
Every
little bit
once
as
in a
well.
while, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. It was most noticeable during the Cador description.
Yeah.
Discord.
Damn you, Discord.
Riot. Riot against
That's it. We all gotta move to TeamSpeak.
Well, Cloudflare was shut down temporarily yesterday, so it might be related to that.
Maybe.
What happened? What happened yesterday? Why are you?
Cloudflare got denial of service attacked, DDoS. So it shut down like an eighth of the internet.
Is that what all that was about? Cause.
Yep.
Ugh! Give me things to click on. Discord. Swear. Exactly. Okay, so they shut down part of the internet? How?
Short explanation of it is someone threw 6 million people trying to log into the same website at the same time, and it overloaded and crashed it. But they were doing it on the server side, so it was screwed up Cloudflare servers, which hosts a whole bunch of internet stuff, and it cascaded.
Well, that was really stupid of them.
This is why we can't have nice things.
True. Okay. I don't know that this is going to get any better than it is. If that has anything to do with it, I can't change that.
So far, so good.
Okay. So you get into the walls. Just like you would see inside any like castle wall, there is like the markets and everything. There are some housing units in there for those who live like in rather than as farmers. These are like your blacks, apothecaries and things like that. They're gonna be in town, behind the wall with the castle. When you get in there, there is a woman out of breath who seems to be wearing the livery of Vintage, probably his nanny. She's just like, I'm so sorry, my lord. I cannot keep up with him. And Gorlo just kind of waves her off. He's like, yeah, I get it. It's fine. I've got him. How about you go take a breather?
I like Orla.
Once in the wall, the army does kind of dissipate and they break off. They start heading to different stables and putting things up. They're going to go visit their families. Gorlas just kind of turns around and he's like, you're all welcome to come up to the palace. I'm sure Igraine would love to see you and all that. And then he's, hold on. I gotta see. No, he doesn't know. It's one. So yeah, you're all welcome to just follow along.
I was gonna crash on your couch anyways.
Will, on the other hand, stops, or like he doesn't react at first, so Gorlos is watching him, and he's looking at Cobalt. He's like, "Who are you? Where did you come from?"
Amor is not here. He did come
Oh,
below
yeah.
us.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch who was speaking. It cut out for me for a second there.
Playing a Game Boy.
Will, he is the
Yes.
head druid.
The acting
You're
role.
Okay.
Get out.
Yeah, so seeing as he's of importance, I'll speak to him in Latin, hoping that he understands that one. Hello, yes, I'm new to the group. I'm not entirely sure if I'm volunteered or kidnapped into this, but I'm here to offer my services.
Was anybody else there when Amor enlisted him?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Wow. I thought
Yeah.
somebody else was there, but
But you told Gorlois.
I did tell Gorlo.
Yeah. Gorlos just kind of laughs. He goes, "Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. Amro told me he was here. I mean, said you were a scribe?
Yes, a scribe of a few languages, by mostly Latin, as that is the most useful for noble courts, but I can also speak a few of the common folk languages.
Yeah, he's useful. He can come along. As long as you're not like a spy. But Amber did vouch for you, so I trust his judgment.
Never touch the intrigue, it's bad for business. You never know who you might need to be working for next. And more importantly, you never know whose servants might be upset by it.
Will seems unconvinced, but Gorlois is just like, okay. Around and starts heading for the main palace.
There's a
Will, like,
reason Amor and Gorlois get along so well.
yeah. Will is still kind of eyeing you, and he'll periodically turn back just to kind of like glare at you, but he's not arguing with Gorlois.
Do I notice what Will is doing?
I mean, he's not being subtle about it.
Well, I could use his own truth if you want to question him about his motives.
Not yet. We'll see.
There's room for you.
Yeah. So, most of you have been to Tintagel before. I remember what it was like.
We have.
Half
You
of
have
us
not.
have. Half of us have because it would be Erden, Brina, and Tooth.
Yeah.
The rest of
Um,
them have not. This
So
version of
Idea,
Tom has
Tong,
not,
and Cobalt would not.
has not.
Yeah. But as players, most of you have had this described. So for Braxton's sake, basically Tintagel is your typical medieval fortress. Big stone walls around a little village, with a big stone castle in the center. There are tapestries on the wall when you get into the palace, mostly of the area's history, things like that. There are paintings of previous dukes on some of the walls. The windows are narrow. There are some large rugs on some of the floors in the rooms that you can see that have doors open as you pass.
Okay.
It's not long before you are greeted by a little girl who comes running down a hallway, going pa 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 pa, and just making lots of noise like that. She's also blonde. She's got her hair up in these little pigtails. And she's got this little dress on that's red. She looks like she's probably about 2 years old. And she's just running as fast as she can. Just a little ahead of Lady Igraine, who is holding an infant and trying really hard not to laugh as she's watching her husband get pelted by another child. She waves to all of you and she's like, glad you made it. See, you're still not dead, Erden. Good to know.
Huh. That seems to be a surprisingly difficult thing to achieve.
We're grateful for.
Always. It's good to see the rest of you again. Will. She'll actually walk up to Will and just give him like a kiss on the cheek, and he's just like, "Milady." No. Before she does actually kiss her husband. And he looks at the infant and goes, "Is there something you need to tell me? Because this one wasn't here last time." And she's like, "Oh, yes. I have a secret lover I haven't told you anything about yet." And he's just like, But is he better looking than me? Because I don't know if that's possible.
Ern will audibly snort at that. Just for the comedic timing.
Corlys just kind of looks at you.
Brina's like trying to.
I feel like half of this is probably going over Adea's head.
Like if Brina's trying to shush Aaron, it's like, stop it.
No, and Ern will just like turn aside, like, what? No, I wasn't doing anything.
Innocent. She's like, no, but in all reality, here. This is Anna, whom you have not yet met. She's dying to meet her dad. Yeah, Anna does not react well to being handed over to this strange man, and she's like, ah! Like, no. And like squirms and makes like that squalling noise that babies do when they're like, oh, this is not a person I know. I don't, mom, come back. But Gorlas does have the quote magic touch, so he is able to calm her down after a moment, but she's just like, but while that's happening, Igraine comes over and she gives you a hug, Brina.
Hello, Lady Igraine.
And she'll hold her hand out to Idea.
Which Adea will shake. She's kind of nervously excited.
Yes. She figured you would not appreciate a hug. Then she says, Lady Tong, it is good to see you again.
I tell you this to the party. It's like, say this is another person that I have, or the other version of myself is met.
Yes, this is right, Lady Igraine. So, Lady Igraine, this is a slightly different Tong. She doesn't remember meeting us because she's
From the past?
Different.
Yeah. We're catching her up, or at least trying to.
Gotcha. Okay. Can handle that. She's gonna give you a hug too, Erden, because you're her friend.
Yeah.
She'll give you a kiss on the cheek too. that she turns to Cobalt. She's like, I don't know you.
That's
He's the new
well,
hire.
I'm new here. I say that in Latin.
Oh, I see. Well, pleasure to meet you.
The
And
pleasure's all mine. He bows deeply.
your accent is, Kimry? She will ask that in Kimry.
Yes, I am from Kimini originally. He speaks with a very heavy accent in Kimri and Gaelic, but has almost no accent in Latin because he learned it from various different places.
My mother is from, so she insisted I learn the language.
Very wonderful. This is a beautiful language, and it's wonderful to have family lineages carrying on the traditions. Too many forget that these days.
Got a lot of Kimmery in the noble leadership around.
It's probably because a lot of King Arthur is actually based on Welsh tales. Um, anyway, and honestly, of the quote Gaelic languages, Welsh is the easiest one to learn, so it is the one that I have worked with.
Very fair.
Let me. Ugh, Irish and Scotch Gaelic.
Oh, Matt.
They're rough.
Max and Breton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a reason that English is kind of messed up. Anyway,
Just one.
so what is your oh, what is the word I want?
Roll.
Profession.
I am a scribe by trade. I tend to books, letters, whatever is needed to be written.
So, you probably come from a well-to-do family then. Can't imagine you come from a peasant family. They don't really have the means to learn how to read or write.
We did well enough for ourselves. We were never what we would define as high nobles of any kind, but I was able to get an education through good breeding, good fortune, and God's grace.
Excellent. You any good at teaching?
I do all right at the subject. It is not my strongest, but I'm more than willing to help if need be.
I could find a use for you yet.
If the young master needs help with his letters, I'd be more than happy to assist.
Well, we don't send a lot of letters. We're druids. He sends them via magic, usually the wind.
Or internal screening
I'm always
Cobalt?
happy to help with his alphabets.
Huh?
I'm always happy to help the young master learn his alphabets.
Yes, that would be more what I would need. And at this rate, his governess is likely to quit on us.
Is that troublesome of a child?
He's not troublesome. He's just got a lot of energy.
Oh, he is a child.
Yes. Well, the current governess was used to working with older children with a little more discipline. Decorum, yeah. Something like that. Anyway, are any of you hungry? I know that you probably we're on the road for at least a bit.
Famished.
Excellent. I was just about to head in for to break my fast as it was. So, come along, children. Stop clinging to your father. Come on.
Just have
Kador.
in my head of Kador like on one leg, Elaine on the other leg, and him holding baby Anna as they're like trying to walk.
Yeah. Elaine, let's go, and goes and grabs her mom's hand and just like follows along with her. Kador does not listen, and he is still holding onto his dad's leg. And he kind of, in the very much the kids style stage whisper, he goes, "Papa, that girl has 3 tails. 5? How many tails? 3? 5.
4.
4.
Or
4.
has 4 tails. Did she mess up a spell?" Just he's like, she's a fae.
And I am likely to grow more.
Can I grow tails too, Daddy?
not like
Oh. That's sad. Because I totally would have had a lion's tail.
Well, there are good things about having a tail and bad things about having tails. An example of the bad things that happen, I keep crashing into things. Sometimes people step on them.
Oh, yeah. I've stepped on a cat's tail before. He made a really loud noise. Papa, what's a fae?
The constant question after question after question that kids do.
Yep.
But at least
Oh
he's
yeah,
past
constant
life
stream of
age.
conscious. The baby is just like doing the baby stare, looking around like, I don't know what's happening. There's lots of colors and noises, and a strange man holding me.
but I think
But I
he's
can-
nice.
Yeah, but he hasn't dropped me. I think it's good. Elaine is trying to like she's being really shy and she keeps poking around her mom to look at Brina and Idea. It's like there's other girls here, and she's just like so
And
every time
I'm of course just like waving.
every time you do that, she like pulls away and hides again, and then like she'll slowly peek out again.
Adea just kind of tilts her head because she's still trying to. She kind of gets it, but also she's
To
keeping
be
a lot of
fair,
other things
I mean,
together.
Idea has not had a lot of exposure to children.
No. And she is usually best at matching the energy of the children.
Yes.
Rena has actually met Elaine when she was a baby, so I'm just probably just remembering. It's like, oh yeah, I remember when you were a lot smaller.
A lot smaller.
So I'm just smiling and still waving. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I think Adea kept Kador more company when they last met.
While she's leading the way, Igraine kind of turns to you, Brina, and she goes, "No, I have to ask, and I'm sure you get this a lot. What happened?"
wild magic storm and magic gambling from druids. I don't know why it's still around.
Because wild magic's unpredictable.
Yeah.
I'd like to
So-
say that I've never been a part of that, but I was young and dumb once.
Rita's gonna like glance, just a short little glance over any day. It's like,
For the record, I knew it was a bad idea.
I had steam coming out of my ears for like 6 months. Couldn't figure out what had caused it, and then it just stopped.
hey, what's steam coming out of my ears, not being able to hear anything.
So, you know. I could still hear. It was just like this constant stream of steam. It did kind of tickle.
I know, I just had sparks coming out of my ears and couldn't hear anything. Will went to Leopold led me over to Will because we couldn't find Rada. And Rita's face just kind of falls a little bit as she keeps going on. It's like, we couldn't find Rada, but as soon as Will went to help, it stopped. And then, as we realized what happened to Rada, and Leopold comforting me, all of a sudden I grew 2 feet.
I mean, there are worse things that could happen.
True, it's just I'm taller than everybody in my family now. I mean, I was already tall for my people, and now I'm taller than my entire village. Potentially stacked on top of each other sometimes. Because I think Aruba and her sister would be a little taller than me if we stacked them on top of each other. I mean, they're petite, but
Oh, okay.
no, don't worry about asking, Lady Grave. I'm rather used to it now.
Yeah, you could have ended up blue like that one kid. Oh, that was funny. You stuck that way for months. Yeah, druids keep doing it every once in a while. Whenever there's Wild Magistorm. The youngest always do it.
Yeah. I wonder whatever happened to that kid.
I think he got better.
Oh, better.
Did he go
I
for a
was
walk?
going to make a comment about Young and Cadmus, and then I realized that Adea is like 17. I was like, never mind. Cadmus probably is young.
Mm,
Maybe not super young, but
no, Cadmus is the same age as Will and Emrys.
Cadmus just never learned.
No, he hasn't had huge responsibilities thrust upon him either, like them.
Right.
Yeah, they're all gonna be, oh gosh. So it was 4.
Well, when we were
3.
first in the human world, when we were investigating that castle, I think that was 425, so it's been 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly,
Roll.
they're probably in their early 30s. So
That seems reasonable in the realm of possibility considering the time period.
yes. So while it's like, oh, we've got 17 and like 31, that's actually pretty normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and druids don't age as fast thanks to their magic. So he is going to appear younger than he is.
That makes me wonder which one of them will age faster, because Adea's got a 200-year lifespan and she doesn't die in a combat first.
That is the question. By this point, you have reached the Great Hall. There is food set up on a table there, chairs, or not even chairs, benches. And there are some spots on those benches where there seem to be pillows stacked up, probably so the kids can reach the table. They're basically medieval high chairs.
Medieval high chair, medieval booster seats. I love it.
Yes. So everyone can find a spot on a bench to eat. It's your basic breads, fruits, whatever's in season kind of thing. There's eggs, smoked meats.
Any foods that Brina would not actually know what they were?
Well, she probably doesn't know what bacon is. Because pigs are not really a thing on the islands yet. The fruits are also gonna be... They're gonna be similar to things she'd seen on the mainland when she and her brother would go to North America. So lots of things like raspberries and blueberries. Yeah,
Okay.
blackberries, those kinds of things. Whatever
Maybe
the
some
European
different
equivalents
varieties.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
perfect.
just gonna taste slightly different, look a little bit different. Because they have contact with, the rest of Europe, there are apples. Yep. Pears. And it looks like even pomegranates.
Wow.
Super exotic.
Very kind of you, Agree.
That. She'll point at the bacon.
That's bacon. It's
Thinly sliced meat.
yes,
Pretty
from
good.
pigs.
Part of me wants to try it. Part of me feels like I'd be betraying Everald.
Everald won't mind. For several reasons.
Not from the fact that Everald has...
reminds me of Adea and Everald's breakfast adventures.
Where Everald has actually cannibalized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pigs don't care.
Would somebody else have maybe stopped Adea? Yes, but nobody was there to do so.
Brina probably would have stopped you more horrified. But I think like, so with Brina, like, not. Surely I would have met some sort of pig in North America.
Possibly could have run into a peccary. That's all that would have been there.
Okay. If you're sure Everald won't mind, I'll try it.
Gorlos
Pretty
just goes,
good in a
"Trust me."
sandwich.
Gorlos is like, "Trust me, this is the food of the gods."
Adea will respond to that. I thought that was ambrosia.
None of us have eaten it, therefore it doesn't matter.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. You can even ask our Christian friend here. Bacon, food from God?
Yes, well, absolutely. He says he's got a strip of bacon with 4 apple slices pinched around like a sandwich. He's just happily munching away. That he's the greatest thing in the world.
Do you recommend it with apples or bread?
Both.
Oh, both. Bacon goes with everything.
Do all three at once.
I'm now trying to remember if Adea had ambrosia when we had Tiberius foot the bill when we were in the Fey realm. Can't remember.
I can't remember off the top of my head either, but I remember that restaurant because Tooth devoured tacos,
Yeah.
and now
She
we
might have.
tacos.
Yeah.
Forgot you guys made him foot the bill.
Hearing the people talk about bacon being the food of the gods, like Tonga just like side-eyes them as she's eating and rolls her eyes.
I was gonna say, Brita's just like carefully making like a small sandwich with bacon and apples and bread, and it's like, okay. That is really good. I mean, it's no roasted pineapple, but it's good.
What's pineapple?
A really, really yummy fruit that I have at home. I mean, it looks really spiky and not very appetizing, but the inside is yum.
Yeah, it's even mildly spicy.
I wouldn't say spicy.
I'm fairly confident apples aren't supposed to do any of those things.
This is so funny because at this point, Europeans don't really have a concept of spicy. Pepper is like as close as it gets. Like black pepper, that's what. I don't even know if they have that. That might not even be a thing yet.
Might even be a little early for black pepper.
Yeah.
Ern is the only European who knows what spicy is because he's been to the Fey realm.
Huh,
And
not
choose
until the
to see what's
15th
on.
century. It's very rare until the 15th century. Yeah, no, they have no concept of spicy. They're all looking at you like, what?
Temperate brain is like, pineapple's not spicy unless you put spice on it.
No, it was spicy all on its own.
What is
Adea's giving him a weird look because she very clearly remembers her pineapple and it was delicious and not spicy.
The best way that I could describe it would be that your mouth is burning without actually being on fire.
Why would you
Most of
eat
the time-
that?
It's
Well, that's if you get
Carlos
really
was
spicy.
flabbergasted. He's just like, why would you
most
do
of the
that?
time it's meant to enhance the flavor. It's not just to be painful. It's meant to enhance the flavor of the food. Which is why I'm very confused as to why Eric said that the pineapple was spicy, because it's not spicy. It's tangy. It has a sharp flavor,
It's delicious.
but it's sweet at the same time.
Like,
Yeah, it is.
like oranges?
Sabrina had an orange.
I don't think so, not yet. I don't think we've really touched on other citrus.
What
A
is
little bit, yeah.
orange?
Think maybe if anyone has a concept of what an orange is, it might be tongue, though I'm double checking that.
'Cause I think oranges are.
I'm probably more likely to know about citrus than anybody else at the table.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah, 'cause I think they're.
And Sabrina's pineapple.
Originated in a region encompassing southern China, northeast India, and Myanmar.
Yeah.
Although I suspect that the Mediterranean might have some exposure.
Yeah, because I definitely remember that they were brought. That Rome had them. Which is why Gorlois knows what they are, because Rome would have brought them with them. But outside of, like, people who can afford to buy the oranges, no one's gonna know what they are. But
Ern's
like
probably bummed to
Greece,
slice.
Greece probably knows what they are at this point. Which means there's a high chance that Idea's probably had an orange or two in her lifetime.
Yes.
I'm not sure what an orange is, so maybe?
It's a tangy orange colored fruit that grows on trees.
Pineapples also grow on trees, so that works.
We don't have anything like that. We do have pomegranates though, which kind of have a tang to them.
I have a feeling Brina probably hasn't had a pomegranate yet either.
No, but Idea would have grown up with those. Like, that's a staple. She's probably excited to see a pomegranate because it's like,
Yeah,
wow.
it was probably very excited about the pomegranate. Funny enough, Amor has probably also had a pomegranate when he obtained his sword.
Probably.
Oh, Amor is not here.
He said, oh, this way.
Yeah.
Hands up.
Yes.
Pomegranate. Okay.
They're delicious, Brina. You will love it. And
Okay.
today will probably actually help, like, break one apart and You eat the little red seeds, they're delicious.
You're like, whoa, this fruit is weird. Pomegranates are definitely not like any of the other fruits.
It's like it doesn't look like anything else that I've eaten, but it tastes good though.
I feel like
Careful.
most of the fruits in that area of the world are kind of weird comparatively. Like figs, I don't think are very normal compared to most other things either.
No. No. Figs are disturbing.
They're not
Well, if
food.
you know, well, I was gonna say if you know how figs get fertilized, wasps have to lay their eggs in them for the fig to become a fig.
Wait, what has to lay an egg in there?
A wasp.
Some type of wasp. Yeah. Figs are
Now
disturbing.
regret every fig Newton I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
Welcome to food. Sometimes you look up something natural and realize, oh, this is the hot dog of food.
Like, oh. It's like, not sure I want to eat that. But it might be a little too late now. Yeah. Should have seen the kids' faces when we were dissecting grasshoppers last week, and we were like, yeah, they're delicacies in some countries, and they're just like, what?
You believe them.
They're perfectly edible.
Doesn't mean you have to like them. I don't think I could handle the crunch. Just disturbing. Anyway. So you'll have a delightful breakfast. Of course, the Kador and Elaine are just like question after question after question, and they have to tell you their life stories and all of these things. And you know, they're just like ba 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 ba. Constant
Today
chatter.
it's probably keeping up and even somewhat engrossed.
Especially because I'm sure that Kador, being the little boy that he is, will have lots of questions about weaponry that Idea is more than happy to talk about.
Yes.
So he's just made
For
his new
making a
best
cool
friend.
sword.
Yeah. um,
Adea has energy that could rival a small child.
yeah. Gorlas will spend a lot of it catching up with his wife, you know, back and forth or whatever. News of the area, what they've got. Will stay quiet for a bit, but then eventually he'll turn probably to whoever's sitting nearest him. So either likely Tong or Erden, I feel, since Idea is engrossed in conversation with the 4-year-old. And Brina's probably engrossed in a conversation with a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Those two are at the kids' table.
And since
Wait,
Will still doesn't
what's
trust
the-
Cobalt, he's still not sure why he's there. He's just like, I don't understand, but whatever. He'll look to the other two and he's just like, so I think what we'll need to do is kind of brainstorm some ideas for what we'd like to see in the matters of magical defense.
Ooh.
And maybe find out what would unnerve the Roman army the most. Because honestly, the Romans themselves are not the problem, it's their leader. We don't necessarily need to kill or harm any of them.
No,
So much as we need to just
in
make
my
them useless.
personal experience, the 3 key factors, at least in battle, are logistics, morale, and terrain. And the leader has a
Understand.
big part to do with the morale bit.
Yes. And sorry, hang on. Ugh, what's the 29th? Is that next
29th is
Saturday?
next Saturday.
Yeah. Sorry, I guess Matt's birthday is this weekend, and he invited me to a birthday party, but I will not be in town. I will be in Colorado doing family things and hopefully keeping Braxton from being eaten alive by them. They're not that
We
bad.
just gained a party member and lost them just as quickly. Is that number 3 on the board now?
We get Braxton.
I'm more durable than I look, I promise.
Has he already met Megan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the one I'm mainly worried about, so you're good.
I don't know. My aunt has a Great Dane and a Mastiff, so
Good thing is, dogs like me.
good because these dogs weigh a lot.
Okay.
Hopefully you don't mind drool either, because they do that a lot, and it gets on
A tail that
everything.
basically wags like it's a wagging tree limb. No, I had a friend who, when I was my best friend in elementary school, had Great Danes. And I remember their tails hitting me because they're just wagging their tail like being a normal happy dog, and I'm just like, okay, ow, this.
Oh yeah, no, the dog I had growing up, he was a white lab German Shepherd mix, huge dog. Whenever his tail would start wagging, kids would go flying. So a lot of my friends were afraid of him because he was so big, and they were afraid he's gonna knock him over. But he was such a sweet dog, and he's just like wants to be friends with all the kids. I felt good.
So sad.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're saying logistics, morale, and terrain?
Terrain.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the terrain is not going to do us any favors out here, as you noticed. There's not a lot of cover. Yeah. We'll have to create our own cover. That is one thing we could do. Create smoke screens and illusions, things like that. Unless you have actual spells that could grow walls of things. About as good as I can do is a wall of fire. Which, you know, is terrifying to a group of people who believe in hell.
No, I'm more focused on an overwhelming offense.
An overwhelming offense. In what way?
A ball of fire. I could make someone be able to breathe fire or cold or acid for a minute.
Dea, who is both paying attention and talking to Kador, is like, what do you think, Kador? We could have flaming swords, flaming hats, but we can also make stone walls.
All of it. We're gonna do all of it.
Well, the iron swords don't actually work.
So, Will has actually been picking up a lot of things, and he just kind of looks at you and goes, "You know, I was under the impression you didn't like fire."
I happen to be able to change the element of what happens.
Like,
Mm.
upon hearing
You
Will's observation of that, Brino will like tune more into their conversation than what Elaine's talking about. It's like she's like, I know Tom's not good with fire. Okay, listening more intently.
and you're right. I don't like fire. Hand goes to the wrist, and Gausha appears on her shoulder, against nudging her. Oh, I can also light up a 30-foot radius sphere with a kind of light that burns,
But it's not fire.
but not fire.
Huh.
I've also happened to notice that a few times that I've cast the spell, there are these sometimes little growths on the things that were in it that I believe the med students back at the library said were tumors.
Radiation.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
That's an interesting one.
Fascinating.
Ooh, that's radiation.
Put people in a
It's
white-
it's an interesting type of energy. But it does certain kinds of objects give off radiation. Light is one of those things. It does move in waves, from what I've been able to kind of gather from some of the alchemy I've done, which isn't a lot because I do prefer to just stick to the simple magic. But from what I understand, it can cause illnesses and like malformation in the body.
Illness does
say.
not come from light. It comes from the anticipation of the humors.
Nice, and that's been something else to add to at least living things when they're in the light. They do tend to look more sickly. Especially if they do not resist the magical effects.
That could be handy, especially if we can get Constance into the sphere.
And I can hold that spell for a minute.
How large is the area?
It's a 30-foot radius, so pretty damn big. Out of character, it's big.
That is, what spell is that?
Sickening Radiance.
Ah, yes. Okay. I thought so, but I was like, hang on.
I know it deals radiant damage, which you do not like, so I'm reflavoring it as radiation damage.
Oh, I like it. I didn't even think about like radiation because that is a different type of energy. So, like it.
I actually did like the math. Well, actually, I did ask the Google's AI to do the math for me. So take it with a grain of salt. I was mostly doing this just to see how many people could have hypothetically been caught in that fireball that I cast in the previous army battle. So hypothetically, you could fit 209 people in a fireball.
Wow.
Whereas with Sickening Radiance, depends on the crowd density. I can so if we had 10 square feet per person, then you could fit I think 282. If each person had a 6-foot square to themselves, you could fit 471. And if you had a tight crowd, that would be 628. So, yeah, a lot of people.
my gosh. Hang on. Albus, you're snoring.
This is an Etsy holiday ad, but
I
you
can
won't
hear
get
you
any
through the
sleigh bells or
I
classy
can hear you
bells.
through the
Instead,
headphones.
you'll
I was concerned. I thought my phone was vibrating, but it was sitting here black, and I was like, what is happening? I'm wondering if he's like fighting a cold because the last few days he's been snoring like so loud. I'm like, are you okay?
Oh, but yeah, actually, that does remind me that yeah, I did post a picture on the 22nd in the general tab that shows how many people could fit into
Oh,
the range of a fireball and a sickening radiance.
the one with all the numbers in there.
Yeah,
Okay, dang.
and that's for a 5 foot by 5 foot square.
Yikes. Okay, well, that would certainly do some damage to an army.
Especially if they're charging.
Right, I was like,
Suddenly they're all just getting cancer.
Hey, Erden, have you learned cancerous smite yet?
Look, as soon as the DM allows me to do no concentration and my was it divine smites can last a minute like every other spell, then yes, absolutely. Because that's the default, because that's the only one I get. Everything is cancer smite. Just I've been nerfed to only do it for a round rather than a minute.
I know. I do want to preface this for I am terrible with people's names, but
His name is Braxton.
yeah, Braxton. We went to a training area in Otherworld, Egypt, and Erden used smite on a training dummy,
Oh yeah.
and the armor started bleeding.
Like leather armor started basically bleeding tanning oil.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Uh-huh.
That's what they said. They're like, what is this?
And the hay started regrowing.
Yeah, it started regrowing, like tendril plants started coming out of the wood, and it's like,
New roots.
Basically,
and sprouts.
see, the thing is that because of the way I have the magic set up, he worships and follows the goddess of life. He's not really allowed to kill things using his magic unless they are unnatural. So when he attacked it, it started bleeding, and it was actual blood because leather material came from a living animal.
I mean, that does make sense.
it was maybe one of the more horrifying things we've seen in this campaign.
yeah. It was one of the more horrifying things we've seen in this campaign.
So there's a chance that if he went up against an undead, he might accidentally alive them.
That would be really weird. Slash a skeleton, all of a sudden there's Steve.
Right? Steve's just like, where am I? I get it.
Oh no, it can't be Steve yet. I still don't have Cernanos, so I can actually put the soul back in. It'll just be their living body without a brain, right?
That's
Without a
even
spirit.
more horrifying.
It's even worse. You could make
Yeah.
an army of zombies.
Oh no, it's just shells. Like from Harry Potter or
So much
something,
worse.
from like the Dementors
Oh,
or whatever.
an inferi?
Uh,
You mean like the animated bodies that Voldemort would have?
No,
yeah,
the Dementors when they do like the Dementor's kiss and it just sucks the
Oh,
soul,
sucks the
it
soul
leaves the
out?
body behind.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Oh,
Just a
that
whole.
would be good.
what it makes me think of is more like Haitian zombies, where they're basically living people, but under a spell where basically they are mindless, they are only obeying their master, kind of a thing. So that's what I was thinking of when I mean zombies, not like the decaying corpse version.
See, the thing is that they're alive, but without their soul. they can't be controlled because they have no idea who they are. They can't be controlled by something like a necromancer because they're not dead.
Mhm.
They can't be controlled by any of the living means because usually that is charisma based. You don't have a soul. You can't charm them. they have no idea what that means. They're just-
Honestly, they're
Congratulations,
just
you have a bunch of
eating weight.
vegetables.
That's something.
They are technically alive.
You monster.
You
Right.
created a facsimile of life.
You better take better care of them than Mr. Frankenstein did.
Honestly, the
It's
man
Dr. Frankenstein to you.
Look, he wanted to make life. It's not that difficult. Light some candles, cook dinner, wait 9 months.
But the nice thing is that technically, if he has a radiation smite, it just makes them sick enough that they can't do anything in the moment. But he hasn't killed them, which means he's still okay with his goddess, especially
But
when
they
they're on
died
the
of
run.
natural causes. What are you talking
They
about?
get cancer
I didn't
just
end their
like-
lives. They just happened to die from blood loss.
I don't
Maybe
see
we
that working
shouldn't go
better.
that much further down this line.
The radiation cancer spear.
Yes.
Don't worry, officer. It technically wasn't my fault. It was the velocity of the car that killed them, not me.
It
It's
wasn't
in
the
the driver's seat.
it wasn't the velocity. It was the inertia.
I hit the
Like I
brakes,
said, some
but
lack of
I kept
velocity.
going. Okay.
Alright.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a sickening rings. Okay, so we can irradiate them.
I don't know if you caught any of what was going on last night, but I also created an illusion of the. Let's see if she remembers them accurately.
Oh, wasn't it? Weren't you supposed to do like a?
The Jewish horsemen of the apocalypse.
It's fine.
Goodness, does he know what you're talking about? Oh, he does. Look at that. Okay. Huh.
I mean, it freaked him out
Well, it has to
quite a bit.
Christian, not Jewish.
It's a modern Christian versus someone that was brought up, or at least lived in Rome at the time when Christians were viewed as a Jewish sect.
Well, he wouldn't know that.
No, he wouldn't.
I love how
Makes
Actually, a
it
lot
even
of
funnier.
people wouldn't.
Right? That's what makes it even funnier because both of you are right. But
I love paradoxes like that.
huh, I didn't even think of that, but that's a good idea. I don't know enough about Christianity to know exactly what their end of times looks like, but I have heard of the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
And quite frankly, I don't know much either. I only learned about Christianity through a class that I was forced to take.
And for once, will actually look to Cobalt and go, "You're Christian?"
Yes, I am indeed.
What's all entailed in your end of times?
Well, it's complicated. If four horsemen do ride across the land, a great dragon, Satan himself, will cast down a third of the stars of heaven, and a star by the name of Wormwood specifically will crash into the ocean, causing all water to be foul and undrinkable. These are a few of the many signs. Some are more specific and local, so not very relevant to us. I'm afraid I
So
only have some of the writings available, but the common man, frankly, will know few beyond the Four Horsemen.
you said there was a dragon that would bring the stars down? A third of them?
Yes, a third of the heavens will be cast down to the earth.
Let me check something. Well, my
I'm
boy.
surprised at how much of Revelations I actually know off the top of my head.
Yeah,
You
I was
forgot about
actually
the bleeding moon.
I was looking at that part of Revelations last night because I got the idea in my head of like reading those passages from the Vulgate as she's casting a silent image.
Well, that's actually excellent because I can turn into a dragon. And as a fire druid, I could certainly make it look like the stars are falling.
This is gonna be so freaking great.
Yeah, Brina just turns to stare at Will at this. At that comment, it's like,
I don't know
"Do
why
you
you're
know?"
surprised. You saw Emrys do it. He and I are the same age.
Oh, yeah, good point. Well, you need hot chocolate afterwards too. Oh wait, no, that was after Emerson's visions. Never mind. You can still have hot chocolate if you want.
I don't know what that is.
You can get. It's a really
he,
yummy drink that my best friend
Yeah.
Aroha taught me how to make.
he was not that
I have the
fat.
ingredients, but it was very helpful to Emerson when he had one of his visions. So
Hot drinks are good for the humors in the right circumstance.
So, as for the four horsemen, we could probably either do illusions or have people dressed up to look like them, which may be one of the better options, and then use magic to make them look, have things happen around them. Because if I recall correctly, one represents death, one represents does he even remember?
death, war, pestilence,
Yeah, war.
and conquest.
Well, conquest is technically famine.
Okay.
I don't know why they call it conquest, but it is technically famine.
Well, it's because it says in Revelations it's a crown of conquest.
Yeah. But overall, it has to do with like pestilence and the famine and things like that. So we have death, we have pestilence, famine, war, and
That's four. Pestilence, famine, war.
yes. So does anyone have the capability of conjuring any sort of pestilence?
Nope. I mean, unless Tong has something none of the rest of us do.
I mean, sickening radiance will make them sick.
That's
But
true. Though I think most of them will probably take it a little more literally, meaning like insects, locusts, things like that.
I would probably try and talk to some.
Do you think you think you could get a plague of locusts to sprout out?
Got 2 box of sparrows to help us scout.
Insects are a little harder to communicate with.
Yeah,
They're
I was
not.
gonna say, like,
They
there's a
are
reason
not.
she sounds like she can try. Like, I can try.
Yeah.
Because I had a feeling that insects are not going to be nearly as easy as the cute fuzzy ones.
No, they are not on the same intelligence level. The most intelligent invertebrates out there are octopus.
Well, yeah.
Everything else is very minimal in comparison. They're very much on the eat, sleep, mate, poop. Bye. That's it.
What the heck am I doing? Just look it up on the phone. There is a spell called Insect Plague, but I believe that's
Yes.
a necromancy spell. So, we
Maybe there's a
could if we
reason that
wanted
we
to risk
can't get
it.
this one to go.
Well, if we want to risk it.
Me too.
Well, that's true.
Go get the necromancy crystal.
uh,
Oh no, it's conjuration.
what's conjuration? Oh.
That's better.
But you know who could have cast it?
Hmm.
Our clerics, of which
Yep.
we have none anymore.
The day I couldn't cast it.
However, hold on. It's
Ern could ask for some divine intervention.
With Cernanos being the god of wildlife, we could possibly ask him.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd be a little bit of, well, not really afraid of him. He just looks very, very
no,
nice.
no. You do have somebody who can. He just has to learn it.
He.
Yeah.
He,
Yes. There is somebody. Okay. Oh.
Okay, so that's either Erdin or one of the druids.
No.
Or
it's not a
Amror.
druid.
Emperor?
No.
Who?
He may have gotten involved in some sorcery when you guys were at the library of Alexandria. That's why he could do some of the things he could do, like read minds.
I thought that was
No,
because of the
you
crystal.
You said the crystal was what gave him the opportunity to read minds, but he did conjure a snake that scared the one horse.
That's what it was. So he is, yes, if he gets the materials and all that, he could possibly learn it. Tooth's gonna appear suddenly. He was with the 2 toddlers as well, just conjuring all kinds of like fun lights for them. He just pops up and goes, "Somebody say they need a plague of insects?"
Yes.
Hang on a moment.
Not right now.
No.
Please tell me it's a spell, not you're just gonna open your bag and suddenly insects are gonna come out of it.
I would not be surprised if that happened.
No, but he does pull
Why
a
are you
book.
keeping the plagues of Egypt in your bag?
Not a book. He pulls out this big tome. Tong, I want you to give me a wisdom check.
A wisdom check. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Can my familiar give me advantage?
Yes.
Good, because I need it. Damn it!
Promising.
Even advantage wasn't enough.
might be.
That's an 8. Like, just like what I rolled plus my wisdom modifier, that's an 8.
You gotta find
So,
yourself a lucky
There's
cricket. You
something
can have a third die.
vaguely, nigglingly familiar about this tome, but you're not sure why. Because it's not ringing any bells, but it's an old tome. You can see the writing on the front. It's in Latin. It's definitely a spell book. And he
Dude,
starts
where did you get this?
out of my bag, obviously.
It's
There's
not saying
something
much
familiar about that book.
random stuff out of there.
Was it always in your bag?
I don't know. I just stuck my hand in there, and it was there. As most of the things in my bag are.
I'm gonna look at Aaron and like, why do I not believe him?
Brina, since you're sitting right next to him, I'm gonna say with your passive, there is totally a little barcode on the inside of it. It's a library book.
That was not
What?
always in your bag.
How would you know?
Library.
Is it? Oh, would you look at that? Well, I didn't steal it. It's just in my bag. He's like rifling through it.
Yeah, that's what I was checking. I mean, if you didn't steal it, then, I mean, there's not much we can do.
Looks like this is bigger than he is. The way he could have walked out with it and no one would have noticed. It's like if you see Thumbelina with Thumbelina in the book, it's just like you're trying to figure out how he called it out of the bag. Like it shouldn't have fit in his bag. But he rifles to a page. He goes, plague of insects. I'm gonna need some sugar and some grain and some fat.
Have the
Looks
sugar.
at the dining table.
Sugar is a rare commodity.
They don't even know what sugar is, remember?
Huh?
Both Tooth and Brina have procured sugar at this point, so.
Aaron might have
Yeah.
too, because
There is
he
no
also
pure
got-
sugar here, yes.
Aaron also got ingredients for the hot chocolate. So.
Yep.
If there's
Aaron also has sugar.
yeah, Aaron. I don't think there is any of sugar in that though. It would just be the cocoa, the chili, vanilla, and maybe the fourth one was sugar, because there's only like 4 ingredients. But
It'd be way too bitter without sugar.
yeah.
It would.
At the same time, the Mayans and the Aztecs, they did drink it without sugar. Like for them, what we consider hot chocolate is not what they would have considered hot chocolate.
No,
We also got it
those are
from the
weird.
other world. So
True.
they could actually have trade going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. The grain will be easy enough. Because it just says kernels of grain, which means it could be anything. I could go out and pluck some grass seeds and it'll be enough. Because technically, that is grain. And fat, he just like plucks up like a handful of bacon. Shoves it in his bag.
Cobalt
That'll do.
quickly grabs more of the
I
bacon.
feel like the
to
bacon
make sure
grease would have been a
it's
better
good.
choice, but oh well.
Alright, what does Cobalt do?
He quickly grabs more of the bacon before it can be all stolen.
Ern just grabs the tray of butter and slides it over like, this is technically an easier source of it. Also, Lunch probably won't eat it.
True. Yeah. He grabs the butter. I'm not digging it up. I'm just like sticks it in his bag.
I'm just imagining the look that a grain and Gorlois are giving him right now. Especially a grain.
Yeah, she's got the why?
Do you have sugar or do you need sugar?
Not to mention that she's probably
That's a
would really
good
wish that he wasn't
question.
inspiring her children right now.
Huh.
Hey, Lunch, store that somewhere for me and see if you can find any sugar. Nope.
Fine. Brina will open her bag and dig out some sugar. It's like, need a lot or
Perfect.
just a little bit?
Well, I gotta see if I can do it first, so I've gotta test it.
Fine. So she'll put like double what she had originally done, but at the same time, it's still gonna be a very small amount because she's wanting to preserve what she has.
Yeah. Well, he only needs a few grains of sugar, so that should be more than enough.
Okay, good. So he gets 2 pinches of sugar.
Where can I practice?
Outside, beyond the fields.
Not inside.
Fine. And he hops down off the bench, and all you can see is like the top of his hat. It's just like as he walks away.
I'm
just
gonna go
imagining
with him just to make sure that if it does go wrong, I can counter it.
And you'll just hear
it like
you'll just hear
Awkward.
Alay go, bye-bye.
Yes, Elaine. Bye bye.
And Tong is going with him just in case he messes up.
Um,
Tell us how
Okay.
well it goes.
I think that's gonna be the last thing we do because this is on a late line. So...
Oh, good goodness.
Actually, yeah. Actually, I've been meaning to do this for a little bit now. It's like Ern actually turns to Will. It's like, actually, now that I'm starting to learn some magic, it's like, would the does the ley line increase my ability to do things beyond my normal means?
Yes, it will increase things. You hear this sudden scream from outside, like just hundreds of screams. And then for a moment, you're all just listening, and then this locust flies in the window and just lands on the table.
I'd say that was successful.
Yeah, it probably won't last much longer than that as the spell gets countered.
Yeah, I will say, so normally this has a 20-foot radius. Because we are directly on top of a ley line, it quadrupled that.
Oh,
Oh,
So-
good goodness.
Just like it engulfed the whole area.
yeah, you can just hear Tong yelling like, "Should wait till we got further away, you dunce!"
Look, I have little legs. It stayed far enough.
We're on a ley line. Spells are more powerful.
Well, how should I know that? I'm not normally magical.
This is
Well,
why
I
I
think
said
it's-
beyond
it's-
the
That's going to
fields.
be a lot easier for him to do that than me trying to convince them to do it for us. Insects are really difficult to talk to.
Yeah. Anyway.
Now
About
that we
10
have
o'clock.
that,
So, I'm gonna call it there just because it's 10 o'clock.
Hmm.
So, now we know. Can make a plague of insects.
Just add that to all the other horrifying recent additions to his abilities.
Reading minds, conjuring up snakes, conjuring up plagues of locusts, pulling who knows what out of that bag.
The spell was quadrupled.
Yes.
this has terrifying implications.
We're gonna make a sword.
Part
Well,
of it, you gotta remember, Tooth has always actually had the ability to be a sorcerer. He's just never been taught. He finally got to the library and was like, hey, I can read. And just started reading about magic and then started testing things. And he's like, hey, I can do magic. Great.
I-
So he does not have the control the rest of you do. So that may be part of why it's so much more.
okay, so I think because Tong went with him just to like make sure things didn't go too wrong. I think, and also one of her subjects is magic. I think she would recognize someone that is not skilled at this. So it's like,
Yes.
all right, we're going to teach you how to control this.
But lesson time. And you know what? Tooth is actually okay with that. He's like, "Huh." Cool. I got
You teach me how to be a better thief, I teach you how to be a better caster.
this. Perfect. This is a terrible combo.
Here.
Two of us, we just look
No,
at
this will be
the computer.
totally fine.
I
Yes,
thought
and
you were
this
going to
is
say, no, this will be totally chaos.
and this is how
Yeah, it'll be
Tong and this is how
Everything.
Tong joins the Rogue Bros.
No! No, we do not need a rogue. We
Rogue
do not need
Gal?
another person with rogue, thank you.
Reminder that the
You do
Rogue
not need
Bros
magic.
eventually are supposed to meet these two in the hypothetical hotel.
No. Avery should be in prison for embezzlement or fraud or whatever he goes to prison for before then.
Well, speaking of Locust,